Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with another Starcraft commentary, and we got a really lovely game here for you today, ladies and gentlemen. We got a game between Bisu, who's going to be the white Protoss over here on the top left-hand corner of the map, and we got Soulkey is going to be the teal Zerg on the bottom right-hand corner of the map. This replay, I'm not exactly sure when it was from. This is a little bit later replay than some of the ones I've gotten from some of the packs. Found on Team Liquid. It was uploaded in 2017, but I don't know if it's actually a 2017 game or not, or if it was something earlier than that. But this is probably a pre-remastered game because this is on an iCup version of the map. So it's iCup was probably, where people were playing before remastered and all that stuff. But anyways, we're gonna get into this game. I want to just give a quick little, apology that I haven't been putting out too many games on YouTube, any YouTube casts lately. Hopefully this juicy 1080p replay cast will make up for it a little bit. I've just been kind of, I don't know, just kind of feeling weird lately, and so I haven't really had the energy and motivation to do a lot of stuff. But I've been doing my live stream though. I kind of, I try and do at least a few things put a few things up every week. And I do kind of count the live streams that I do as kind of content because the VODs are up. Some people like to watch live, and then some people like to watch the VODs later as well. So, I'm kind of figuring if I do one game a week at least and 2 live casts, that's kind of my standard that I try and keep myself to. I've done more in the past, but I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts on that. But we got a forge going up here for us for Bisu. Did I just say forced? Because I said forge. Forge first. Forge forced for Bisu. And what do we got going on here? Okay, so yeah, this is, it's kind of funny to think about this because this is like Bisu versus Soulkey, which is a matchup that we could have even seen in ASL theoretically, but it's 2 players that are still playing these days. But we got this typical thing going on here where, oh, this is actually a scouting drone. I thought this drone was actually going to be going out to build a natural. Like sometimes you see they'll be like, okay, well, this probe is going to delay my next hatchery too much, so I'm not going to actually bother with making my hatchery. Oh, he actually got it down there without even killing the probe. Probe had 2 hits left on it, though, and actually these Zerglings want to get those last hits. No, they're just going to be continuing out. Anyways, we got Overlord Scout in the bottom left. We got a Drone Scout in the top right, and so he knows where he is now, although he also scouted this location. Well, I can't see it now, but he knows what's going on over here, and he's sending the Lings out. He went for a pool first, so that's why he wasn't quite as concerned about the hatchery because it wasn't being delayed as much. But because he was spending the money on the pool before he got the money for the hatchery. So anyway, we do have a cannon up as well. Bisu pulling a few probes here just to kind of come down and make sure his wall is complete. He wants to, I don't think he's worried about dying here to these 6-lings, although he doesn't really know. The probe was over there and he saw a few Zerglings running out. The probe has actually run over to trying to scout for the 3rd instead of trying to stick around in the main and see what's going on there. But he can kind of suspect okay, there's probably not an all-in because I didn't see that many Lings, and if there was an all-in, he could just squeeze in through here and go in and kill the cannon off and go for a killing blow. But I think mostly Bisu's worried about Lings running by and getting into his main. That can be so obnoxious. And they can end up picking off probes and just being a really big drain on your energy and your APM and on your probe count as well if they get a few Lings in there. So he's going to go ahead and just keep a few probes here to block the different gaps in his wall before he gets some Zealots out to block those gaps instead. They're going to be a little bit better gap blockers. And we do see that Soulkey has made another hatchery down here at the natural expansion for the bottom left spawn. Very typical, of course, to get that there, so you can kind of SimCity here, and you got two blocks, and you're blocking ground attacks for 4 bases. It's very typical, obviously. But yeah, Bisu does have this Zealot out now. He doesn't feel too worried. He gets those probes back mining on the natural expansion. He's got a really pretty decent economy going on. 26 probes. We got 19 drones, but he can be consistently producing those. This is interesting. He's got the lair building over here at the natural expansion instead of in the main. And oh, the probe actually got back in there. This is the same injured probe from before. And does he have the speed upgrade? Not quite yet. But very soon he's going to get the speed upgraded, and then that probe will not be able to dodge any longer. And this is interesting. So he probably ran in here and he saw the lair morphing. Ooh, the probe actually gets picked off even before speed finishes. And he's not going to scout this Hydralisk den. And it looks like Soulkey might be just going for an early attack. Just going for that early. I mean, this is the timing, right? The Corsair is about 2/3 completed now. By the time, I was going to say half, but I knew that by the time I said half, it would be a 2/3. So I started saying 2/3. Got to stay one step ahead of your opponent. And in this case, the opponent is, I don't know, the replay? So, anyways, the Corsair's going across the map here, and this could be a timing. It doesn't look like he's actually. Well, let's see. Are these all Hydralisks? Yeah, he's actually morphing a lot of Hydras here. But you know, this isn't quite a timing that you would want to get, where you would arrive, or you'd be going across the map. You know, right when the Corsair is popping out. It's a little bit late for that. So he's not going to be able to catch him with like an instant kill timing or anything like that. But he's going to be getting some Hydralisk out. He's going to be able to put some pressure on here. Again, I don't think this is for like, you know, a killing blow type of all in. But we'll see if he keeps producing these. He has lost one Overlord there. Zerg egg morphing. Wait, why doesn't it say what it's morphing into? There we go. Now I had to... Oh, that's kind of weird. I found a little bug in the observer display that if you have the thing off at the bottom and you click on something, an egg, and then you turn it on, it doesn't show it. If you click on it after you show it, it'll do it. That's interesting. Anyway, a little bit of skirmishing going on in the middle. These Overlords are just trying to keep safe. The Hydra's trying to protect them. And he actually is going for a lot of Hydralisks after all. It wasn't the same timing where you catch them off guard without them knowing what's going on before they can put up cannons. But he is going to be able to put up some cannons here. And some Zerglings coming in. He's trying to go in and snipe that one cannon. It's only a single cannon up right now, but the other one's morphing in, so it's not quite the best timing for that attack. So he is going to be forced to kind of wait here. And more Corsairs harassing these Overlords on the side. And these Hydralisks aren't doing anything right now. They could be saving that Hydralisk. Sorry, that's trying to protect that Overlord. Everything is just rallied across the map. All of his Overlords as well. So this is a little bit dangerous because he's just putting his Overlords across the map. I think all of his hatcheries are just basically rallied to the front here. He is going for a lot of pressure, but Bisu has been able to scout it, and he senses this pressure. He senses the danger he's in, and he's just put up a bunch of cannons. To try and protect against this. He's also building a lot of Zealots. He's lost his front gateway, so he's had to build a second gateway in the back. And let's see what's going on with his Templar Archives. Okay, he does have the Templar Archives. Not researching Storm, though. So he's not going to try and... Often that's like the second timing that you go for as the Zerg, is you're trying to get up enough to attack and kill off this front door just before Storm finishes, when they've spent a lot of money on the Templar Archives. And... Wait, okay, that's weird. I just clicked on this and it says... Whoa, man, this is weird, man. Something's going on here with the interface. It just showed that the gateway was morphing. Okay, that was a weird thing. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Oh, he's actually going for a drop! That's why he's gonna bypass all of these cannons entirely and just go into the main. Bisu is waiting for this to happen. He's got Zealots in place, but he's gone for Templar instead of Robotech, so he does not have any observers. He's desperately trying to get up some cannons in his main base. He needs to try and delay for that to happen. He's running with these Zealots, but these Zealots are just suiciding onto the Lurker fire. There's no way for them to return fire against those Lurkers. If Soulkey can get those Lurkers on top of the gateways, maybe he might be able to do enough damage here. The cannons are starting to warp in, but they don't have enough range to see these Lurkers on the side. So he's got the Lurkers here. The Hydras are going to be able to come in and pick off these cannons one by one, and they're going to have the protection of the Lurkers in order to keep him from losing the Hydras to Zealots, basically. Templar Archives is just chilling there. Is he trying to make DTs? I thought he was going to make... Why does he have a Templar Archives? He's not making DTs. He finally has Observatory up over here. Where is his Robo, actually? Did his Robo just die? No, his Robo's at the natural. He's making Observers desperately right now. Oh, no. But he's killed off all the cannons in the main. The Lurkers are trying to come in here to try and get towards this juicy ball of workers in the back. He's focusing on just these gateways at the moment. He could put one Lurker right here and kill all the One Lurker to kill all the workers, kill the probes. He's going for the probes now. It's going to be really difficult for Bisu to come back from this, even if he kills off the lurkers, if he loses all those probes. But he does sneak all the probes out to the top right. Corsair's coming in, killing off the overlords, making it so this observer is now immune to Hydralisk fire or anything else. And it looks like this is going to get cleaned up. Barely get cleaned up by Bisu. And look at this. Soulkey has a bunch of Hydras out front, but I think Bisu is stabilized, guys. I think he's actually stabilized. I don't know why he's not making at least one more cannon in his main here in case of a follow-up attack. But I think Soulkey has gone for an all-in strategy here. And these Corsairs are now running rampant, just trying to get kills around the map. Lots of kills on these Corsairs. Many Overlords have gone down. Several hundred minerals worth of Overlords have died to these Corsairs over the course of this. And, you know, this might just be... I don't know. I think maybe Soulkey might have one more chance to drop in the main and do enough damage. But right now, Bisu has a 50% lead on the worker count right now. He seems to have stabilized. What is he doing with the Templar Archives? He is making Storm Tech now right now as well. He's got the Templar out. Smart. You need to get those Templar out before, kind of while you're making Storm Tech, so that by the time Storm finishes, they have enough energy to actually cast a Storm. And it looks like, you know, is this +1 or +2 weapons, actually? He's already got +1 weapons. So +2 weapons might get shut down. Yeah, he's forced to cancel that on the Forge. But he's got enough cannons here to hold off long enough. He just needs to hold off. Soulkey has one more chance to try and make something happen before Storm finishes. But otherwise, these Templar both have 74, 75 energy. So if he doesn't kill Bisu in the next 15 seconds, then it's going to be over. There's not going to be a way for him to break this. Oh, a nice little attempt at a little drop in the back here. It just doesn't do enough damage, though. He got to shot off and kill some of the shields on those probes, but it's not enough. And ladies and gentlemen, Storm is... Wait, it says developing. That's so weird. Okay, the interface is really buggy. We've discovered some sort of interface bug when you turn the W on and off here. A nice little lurker drop. I don't know how he snuck these in here. This is kind of crazy that he stuck more lurkers in here. But this is kind of like the classic desperation move of Zerg, is try and get some lurkers behind your enemy mineral line when you're behind. And he's trying to go in the front as well. Where are the Templar? The Templar have come back here to storm the lurkers in the back. He's actually wasting all of his storms on the lurkers in the back. While these Hydras are going in the front, he's killed off most of the front door. Soulkey still could pull this off because these lurkers have been such a distraction in the back that he's actually doesn't have the storms for the front. There's lurkers here in the front. There's several lurkers, actually. Look at that, 7 lurkers powering down. He's got the Hydralisk to boot as well. And Bisu does not have the storms to actually deal with this. If he get one juicy storm off on top of those Hydras, it might be enough, but he is just popping out new High Templar here. All of his Templar are out of energy right now. He's getting DTs out as well, but there's plenty of Overlords in the vicinity, so those are not going to be able to do too much. He does have a robotics facility, though. I'm sorry, the shuttle. Looks like that might be what he's trying to do. He's actually going to drop a Zealot back here to try and kill off. Oh, okay. I didn't realize how low that was. I didn't realize that was a bit of a dangerous position there. He actually kind of throws away some Hydralisks here on these cannons. Maybe he wasn't paying attention to those. There are still 5 lurkers left here. And, okay, the Overlord's just up there. Yeah, he's got plenty of forces. I think Bisu is stabilized. Now, we did have Soulkey in a very genius move, managed to distract all those storms, the several storms, I guess 3 or 4 storms that Bisu had built up to deal with this initial push. He was able to push off. He was able to deal with, ruin those storms by distracting him with the lurkers back here. So a limited amount of resources to kill all those storms. But Bisu still did just kind of barely have enough to hold off these Hydralisks. And look at this, still 21 workers. He's been at 21 workers this entire time. He is just completely all in. Multiple all-in attempts here, basically, ladies and gentlemen, by Soulkey. He is just making mass Hydras. Don't see him switching in any other tech. He's getting an Evo chamber. And oh no, here we go. This is the deciding move here, ladies and gentlemen. Bisu coming in, killing the drones at the 3rd base. I don't know if he's even realized it yet. Look at, there's just so few drones. 18 drones on the map right now. So this is basically over if Bisu has stabilized. And now Bisu does have almost two storms ready to go here. There's almost two storms on this Templar as well. So when he goes in for this last ditch attack, it's going to be ruined by the storms. Actually, well, yeah, no. Now he's got 2 storms on these. And he's going to go out here. Storming these lurkers as well to try and get the containment out. He's going to go in and just kind of finish off those lurkers with some zealots as well. Once this is broken, Soulkey just does not have the economy to stay in this game. There's all those storms. Juicy, juicy storms. He storms his own observer, but doesn't even matter at this point. That's going to be GG, called by Soulkey. What an intense game. What a very cool game. Soulkey, tenacious. Tenacious in this game, ladies and gentlemen. You know, normally... if you miss out your all-in a timing attack attempt, it just, you know, it doesn't work. But it was really cool. He's like, you know what? You built... He had like 8 or 9 cannons at the front here. So the investment of those cannons it was much more than the investment on drop tech. And then he was like able to bypass this entire sturdy front door that Bisu had made and just go right into the main and demolish Bisu's main. But he just didn't quite kill enough stuff. He just didn't quite target down the right things. His look at, I mean, remember they had 3 gateways here, right? The lurkers the entire time were killing these gateways. How many gateways are there? There's still 2 left. So he only killed 1 gateway that entire time. A couple cannons. He killed 3 or 4 cannons. Almost all of the probes lived. The Templar archives lived. The gateways end up living. He didn't get any crucial tech basically at all. And he didn't quite kill the probes either because the lurkers were kind of wasted. He kind of felt like, oh, I've got him now. I'm in his base. But the lurkers were just chilling here, and it looked really good that they were killing off the cannons and attacking the gateways. But Bisu just clumped up his probes up here in the top corner. And then when the lurkers finally moved in, he only put 1 lurker here. And the probes just retreated over to this top right corner of his base. So, you know, there was like 10 or 12 probes that would have been easy kills. And then the worker count was 21 to like 36 or something like that. It would have been 21 to 24 instead. And with an almost even economy and not much of an advantage, why can I not... What is going on? Why can I not mouse around the map anymore? Okay, man, something is wrong with the observers thing today, man. I don't know what's going on here. I can use the mouse on the map, but I can't. Okay, now I can mouse around the map. That was so weird. Is there a button that means that you can stops your ability to move around? I don't know, man. Anyway, so we discovered a new bug today with the warping in and the morphing and stuff like that. If you hit W, which is the key that turns on and off this display at the bottom that shows what you've selected. Wait, it just did it again. It's still doing it. If you select it, it shows what's building. But if I turn it off and then I turn it on with it selecting, it acts like it's warping it in instead. And it was doing the same thing with eggs over here, right? Here's a hydralisk egg. Turn off, turn on, and it just shows egg morphing. It doesn't show what's there. That's a little bit weird. So, anyway, tenacious play by Soulkey, though. Going in after the all-in attempt kind of failed, utilizing the drop tech to go for like a second all-in attempt. And then after that failed, even going for a third all-in attempt to try and break the front door again after he distracted the storms in the back. And then even a 4th attempt, I guess, but by that point, Bisu had stabilized too much and he'd gotten too many storms worked up, and he sent in that DT to kill these drones, meaning that he couldn't even continue consistent production of hydralisks and what have you. So, well played by Soulkey, but it was not quite enough. More weller played by Bisu. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. GG.